There's no question the NZB Kiwi celebrates the gifts of this country. But horses aren't shaped by nature alone. They're shaped by the people who raise them, train them, and believe in them. Each of the 14 runners in the NZB Kiwi arrives with its own story. Jayne Ivil spends time with some of those horses and the people beside them to share those stories. Stories built on toil, blessed by soul and soil. Looking at this year's race, there really is only one place to start.
Ready, set, go.
Yeah, the camera goes record, ears go ping. This is potentially New Zealand's best horse.
Honestly, she'd be the best kids' pony.
I had a feeling when I came here today that it was going to be like a tale of two horses because of the horse I see on race day, and it's pretty obvious, like right from the outset, that she's very laid back at home.
Honestly, you put your grandma on her and she'd just go around the track.
Walks on, walks off the track in the morning.
Yeah, she gets a bit hot. Courtney has said if you're waiting, and that's about it. But yeah, she's she does rally up race day compared to home anyway.
If we go right back to the early part of her story, and it's sort of like the ugly duckling that's come good in terms of the fact that she's just continued to head in the right direction. Do you remember when she turned up at the stables and what she looked like?
I remember getting there and you wouldn't think much of her, it's just a small chestnut filly. And yeah, and then all of a sudden, you're like, oh, well maybe it's the small chestnut fillies we need to be looking out for. Like you said, ugly duckling is a clear swan now. I'd say she's at her best now, and she's come up in her shoulder. She was pretty downhill when she was down at Riccarton. When
you say she was downhill, that means she was slightly higher in the hind quarter, and sort of went downhill like that.
Yeah.
And what you guys have seen over sort of the last couple of months is her really come up in the wither.
Yeah, she's just got like even so much in her shoulder and her chest. She's just developed so much in such a short period of time. Even Matt came in the other day and just thought, he was like, God, she's grown.
Does she have any traits or things that she really likes you to do with her or anything like that?
She loves a bum scratch.
Where's the spot on her bum? Yeah, I reckon you found it.
She just like falls asleep to like any sort of touching.
She's even got the rock going on. I just cannot believe the difference in horse. And I find it really hard to comprehend because I get the snapshot of her on race day when she comes into the mounting yard. And for me, I'm like, oh, she just really needs to do things better. She's got to relax. She's got to start conserving her energy. And then when you come to the stables and see them like that, I'm actually not seeing her real personality. I'm literally seeing her switched on athlete on race day. But it's not really what she's like.
No, not at all.
Who would have known? Eh? Who would have thought?
So there she is, New Zealand's best athlete, all chill until game day. But where did it all begin? Where did the ugly duckling take her first steps? Here at Lemrack Lodge, southern Victoria, Australia.
Mars! Hey, Mars! Well written. She was a kid here. We're just a family team. We're on a beautiful hilly property. These foals after 3 weeks are on these hills. Yeah, this is Well-Written Hill. Oh, I'm going to call this paddock Well-Written Hill. This is now Well-Written's Hill. This is what she grew up on. This is her playground. Gosh, her story's only unfolding. And to be a little part of that story is just phenomenal. All my dreams have come true. You are beautiful, aren't you? Yes. Well-Written's Mozzie's first foal. How brilliant's that? Mozzie's a really cool horse, like nothing phases her. You're halfway there. I can see why she will be a really good broodmare because of, they're halfway there if her foals all have her nature. Nothing worries her. Cool as a cucumber. Well Written was our first draft. That's pretty cool. Yeah, she was our first draft. It's not one of mine, it's one of my dear clients. I think David has some seller regret, I'll be honest. Just a little bit. No, but he's happy. He keeps saying he's happy, making everyone so happy. Good on him. Harry King saw Well Written at the Weanling sale. She didn't turn a lot of heads, but she did have that lovely balance to her and light on her feet, and Harry loved that, and knew Written Tycoon could throw odd types. He's a bit of odds of all sort, and look what they've done. Amazing. Like Harry, his brother, and then on to Stephen Marsh. What they've done is just phenomenal. Not an ugly duckling. Well, what they've done is incredible. It is a brilliant story, because she was not a standout by any means. Bum rub. Oh, it's good, isn't it?
The bum rub thing probably comes from here, because we're always scratching them on the
she
bum.
grew up with bum rubs. I actually love hearing that. That's awesome. That they continue to love their next people and that people love them. That's awesome. So David's really lucky. He's got to remember that. Muzzy set up. First of all, that's an amazing feat. He's done it. Who knows? Maybe he'll breed his stallion out of Moz too. They just give me so much joy. This is what I wake up in the morning for. This is what I stay outside all day for. Look at it. This is the best. All my dreams have come true. For the farm, for me personally, yeah, that horse. Oh, I get teary. That is everything. Absolutely everything. It's what we do. It's what we get out of bed for, don't we?
Indeed, good for the soul. Harry and Benji King sent their $30,000 filly home to New Zealand to Bright Hill, the family farm. Their father, Nick King, could see why they bought her and the potential within.
This country is by far and above the best environment in the world to breed horses. And we do have the best soils and grass here in the Waikato. And as I say, we are also blessed across the boards with the staff that look after horses really well. So these are all advantages we've got, and we use them to a T, and as I say, hopefully it had a big influence on Well Written.
I guess when you look at that initial purchase price, you don't get perfection for that sort of money. What were you actually expecting to come off the float?
Oh, I look at confidence in the two boys. You know, we all talk about these champion race horses that we make in this country, but we also make great horse people, and the two boys certainly fall into that category. But you could see why they'd bought her. She's a lovely, correct filly. And this isn't just in hindsight now that she's doing what she's doing. Lovely moving filly, very athletic, needed to improve. The first thing, she just had a big trip. She was a younger foal. She was a first foal. She needed a little bit of TLC. Once we had her on level playing field with everything else, we are blessed here at Bright Hill with some rolling country. And that's certainly what we've used with her and some of the other horses that have been successful off the farm. And hopefully that factored in as well. You know, we all aspire for these sort of horses, and the beauty of this whole situation is the great job that Stephen and his team have done with her. They were so patient. I think that's been the making of her.
Sold for $80,000 to Stephen Marsh Racing and Dylan Johnson Bloodstock. They decided on a development plan of patience via the paddocks of Gordon Cunningham's Curramore stud. After her second stint there, with time and tucker under the belt, the duckling was transformed.
Good morning, everyone. Here is Well Written, who has enjoyed, I think, 37 days break here at Curramore. She's actually grown a little bit since she's come out, but she's just so healthy, with a great skin. Her mind is very, very good, and all going well, you're going to reap the benefits. This filly's got the appearances of a good horse, and she's got a good mind to go with it. So the very best of luck with her anyway, and I'd love to see her achieve for you in the spring. Thank you.
And the rest is history. Unbeaten, unblemished, and seemingly unstoppable. From $30,000 to $80,000 to multi-millions. And a few bum rubs. When it comes to big race winners, no one's done it better than the team in Tangerine. The defending NZB Kiwi champions have 4 chances in this year's race, each very different in their own right, each with their own stable name. That's the Te Akau way.
What's her stable name?
Posh.
Posh. Right. Okay, Posh. Let's see if I remember how to put a head collar on.
She's posh by name and posh by nature.
Come on, Jenny.
She's more like a business kind of lady.
He's pretty cool, calm and collected most days.
He's a lad's lad as well, you know, he doesn't like to be mollycoddled or you can give him a little bit of a pet, but that's enough now. And
You're actually quite relaxed in letting him have your arm.
yeah, you can see like if he's nearly licking you more so than he's biting you, like he's, you know, they're interested in things and I suppose that's their way of playing or seeing what it is, you know. If he was malicious, you wouldn't be able to put your arm there without, you know, getting dragged into the wax with him.
Good girl. I guess for you, Sam, it's probably a little bit different leading into this year's Kiwi compared to last year. What's it been like bringing a big team into the race this year?
It's a lot different because Well Written's been so dominant. As we sort of build into it, it's certainly going to be, you know, a lot more pressure, but at the moment it feels like we're the underdogs a bit. It's been a strange feeling this year, but certainly the excitement builds as we get a lot closer.
Of course, you're holding on to the people's horse in La Dorada. And I can put up my hand and say that I was a little bit dubious whether she'd make the step up from 2 to 3.
For what she lacks in size, she makes up for in heart, and I don't think she realises how small she is when she's out there. She certainly toughs it against the big boys and gives it her all.
And then obviously next to her we've got Belle Cheval, who probably the opposite. I've always been a huge fan of hers.
She's a really intelligent filly, very, very laid back, and unlike this one who likes to go sort of 100 miles an hour and very competitive, she's quite actually laid back in whatever she does, even track work and things like that. She sort of just goes through the motions a bit and really conserves the energy and sort of saves it all for race day. So two completely different types of horses.
There's more to see down at the Colts barn. I think we'll put the girls back and head back.
Sounds good. Even a year on, but sort of pinch yourself still as well. There's a clip where all the staff sort of run into the bird cage and, you know, my parents are there and Mark and Dave and Karen, and, you know, winning it was pretty surreal.
What we do know from visits to Te Akau previously is that all your horses have stable names. What do the staff call he who dares?
His stable name is Bobby, a real favourite around the barn. He's a cheeky lad. And I think the thing that, you know, which is, you know, really surprised us is how much he's sort of improved the more we've done with him, especially with colts. Obviously, some of them can start off with a hiss and a roar and they get to a point and then it's sort of a fork in the road. Unfortunately, he's gone the right way. He's obviously the one that's got the closest to Well Written, and then was super in the crack a million 3-year-old, albeit he was well beaten by a superstar filly. You know, without her there, he's sort of cleared out and he's, you know, probably going in as a hot favourite. Yeah, really proud to have 4 in the race. You know, a lot of people would be killed to be in my position, I suppose, and it is a lot of pressure, but and say that it's also exciting and it's a massive thrill, so I'm very grateful in that sense as well.
Often licked, but never beaten. We leave Bobby and Matamata for Ballarat and Jack. It's a busy morning for trainer Mitch Friedman, who's preparing the only Australian-based Kiwi runner, Asakura, a horse he rides regularly in track work.
You can follow Maddie around there, Shane, if that's all right. I ride Asakura in a lot of his work. I think it's an advantage to just have those feelings and know where they're at, understand how they're going and how they're feeling within themselves. He is just a little bit flighty, sort of very much an alertness about him, and you know, you do see that come out sometimes, so you've got to make sure you're on your game and alert yourself and ready to hold on when he does jump around a little bit, but outside of that, he's a very straightforward horse.
He's a cheeky little boy. He just wants to kiss. Kisses all the time. Don't you?
He was certainly showing signs of a decent horse in his early jump outs and had a bit of spark about him and have a bit of heart, you know, determination. He's got good gait speed, he quickens up really well, and, you know, he's just got a lovely action on him and a lovely attitude. So yesterday he had a gallop, went the right-handed way, which is the opposite way we work on our gallop tracks, but he handled that really well. He's going to have to race that way at Ellerslie in his first time doing it. And then this morning he's just having a very easy day just to trot and canter to get over that gallop yesterday. He loves his work. He likes being in the stable environment, and you know, the people that are working around him love to handle him and deal with him, that's for sure. Well written is scary good. You know, what she did there on Karaka Million night was phenomenal. She just blew them away, and they all looked like they had concrete in their boots. We might be racing for second, but it'll be good over there to take up the challenge and expose him to that level and see what happens. It's the richest 3-year-old race in the Southern Hemisphere. It's such a good race to be involved in. Been really impressed by what racing's been doing over in New Zealand over the last couple of years with the injection of prize money and even the feeling around it when you go over there for the sales and the Karaka Million night. There's a real buzz about it, and we're going to be thrilled to be a part of it.
Our cameras cross the Tasman back to Ballymore stables in Matamata, where Pam Gerard has a job on her hands, managing her classic Quinella to peak again for the NZB Kiwi. When Jayne arrives, it's clear which one she wants to see first.
The first one we're taking a look at is affirmative action. It's no secret that I'm a big fan, but he really is a beautiful horse, isn't he, Pam?
Yeah, he's a standout, and it's his presence, and he's sort of right in your face. He stands out, and especially on race day, you can't help but notice him. He's just so big, he's just massive, and he's just got so much presence about him. So I think he's nearly outgrown the box. We're about to shift to another box.
You're going to put the laser on him this afternoon. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I use the laser a lot on the horses. Obviously, it works in with the physio that we do, as you can imagine. Number 1 rules, do not drop the top bit. It's about 7 grand.
How many people do you trust with it?
Not many. Yeah. And so depending on what you want, what you're trying to achieve, the longer you leave it on and the frequency that it has, it goes deeper into the muscle. So if this is quite a long one, because he's quite, you know, he gets quite sore up here. But generally, if you go along and they twitch, like up here, he doesn't quite like it. So we'll do this.
He's a huge chance at making it as an older horse, this horse.
100%.
Yeah.
What he's doing now, he shouldn't be doing. So I think we can kind of see what it's got, the shoulder, he's got the bum, it just all needs to fill out a little bit.
Pam, this is Romanoff, and it is fair to say that you have 2 very different horses headed towards the New Zealand Bloodstock Kiwi.
Yep. One's very, very smart and nifty and nimble, and one's acts like he's a big old donkey, but he's such a sound horse. He's just so easy to manage. You can just say, come here, being silly. He's a lot smaller, he's a lot neater, everything's a lot more even. Everything's so balanced that when he does work, he's using every muscle in his body, whereas as affirmative action, it's all, everything's so far away from each other, and it's a lot harder for him to work. He can't work nice and quietly, whereas this fellow would just be pinging off the ground. So, yeah, he's a totally different type. It's amazing how much he can eat, this wee fella, because he does put so much into his work each day. This fella here would get a far bigger feed than what affirmative action would, because he's just so active and he just puts so much energy into his work each day. So a smaller horse like that, which you would think wouldn't eat as much, eats twice as much as what the big one does.
You're standing here and we're looking at a Group 1 winner. He's kind of ticked the box. He's got the 2,000 guineas on his CV. Did you think that was where he was going to be when he first landed in the stable, or has his progress surprised you?
No, I always thought he was very good. He's always been a little standout. He's just such a neat type, and just such a beautiful family. Yeah, he's certainly come a long way. You can't take that away from him. He's forever a Group 1 winner.
He's been really well behaved.
Yeah, he is. He actually loves it. He's not, the other one's bolshy and he just loves it. He's cool.
2 very different horses for Pammy G, but both laser-focused towards peaking on Saturday. Meanwhile, at Awapuni, a training combo are quietly going about their business. Peter and Trent Diddam's War Princesses slot is just recognition for the fledgling father and son partnership.
Hi. In terms of your start with your dad in the stables, it's fair to say you've had some pretty good results in your first year training. Would you contribute her to some of that?
Yeah, she's definitely been the flag bearer for us. It's only been probably 6 months, and for her to win a Group 3 and run fourth in Cracker Millions, it's been massive for us.
What is she like around the stables on a day-to-day basis?
Oh, she's a dream horse. Like anyone will tell you, rides her, works with her, she just does everything right. She eats well, and she's a good size US Navy flag. She's a really good look horse. Her mother actually runs second in the Cracker Million, was what we were trying to buy horses that were going earlier and race at 2 and 3, and it's working out for us.
Dad probably liked one of the other ones, Shameless Star, so he got sort of proven wrong there, but
I actually remember that. We can probably give your dad a bit of stick for that one, because I remember he kept on saying, oh no, I've got one better, I've got one better, but she was the one that kept winning.
She did.
She's a chance. I think she's probably 6th or 7th best horse and rated going into the field, but as we know, racing's a strange thing. Good draw, we race on the pace. I'm going to put a hood on her for the first time to just try and gain another length, and if we can get, we're a chance in the top 4 or 5. I think Well Written would have to wake up with a bad day to get beat, but racing's a strange game, and I always think if my horse is right, we should be in there.
Because of what she's been able to do for you in the infancy of your training career, does it mean that she holds a special place?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's probably number one.
A flagship horse for the family business. Finally, back to Matamata.
Hi Jane.
Good morning.
Are you making a comedy show on how to train racehorses?
Yeah, we thought we'd do something different. It's the same thing we did with you guys 12 months ago.
There's a big difference though. I know what I'm doing.
Get off it. No chance.
Scotty and Lance have a panther and an eagle representing Wexford, but it's Graham Richardson's filly by El Rocker out of Carnival Jayne is keen to learn more about.
Is that the spot? Is that the spot? They do tell me that when her name came through, you might not have thought that it was such a great idea.
It wasn't me in general, but it was some of the owners give me a hard time. But I said, if she's any good, you'll love the name.
And
it's no different to Bone Crusher, is it? You know. I mean, when he first started racing, I'm sure a few people thought that was a stupid name.
They make their name, don't they?
Yeah, sorry, Frank.
Hello. You're working, aren't you?
When I brought it to sales, she seriously was one of the, if not the best filly at the sales. But she walked out, and I didn't tell anybody. That was just class, you know. So, and that's what she is. She's a very athletic filly, and she was just stood out.
Well, she likes that.
She loves her headband. It's her favourite part of the morning. She's got a very affectionate side.
Yeah?
She does. She's got her trollop side, and then she's got her...
Butter wouldn't melt in her mouth.
If you went out there by yourself,
she wouldn't. I'd be no hope. Really? Absolutely no hope.
She's still really in the infancy of her career, but how satisfying has it been to buy a horse you love at a relatively low price, and to be fair to her, she's really already done it on the racetrack.
It is very satisfying, you know, but a little bit frustrating because she still hasn't learnt her trade yet. She really hasn't. You know, she's off and on the bit in her races, switches off. She has her moments, but she is learning. She's getting better. She's certainly nowhere near as bad as she used to be. She's come a long way.
Did we find your spot? Did we find your spot?
Like us, horses come in all shapes and sizes, each developing in their own time. Some forward, some awkward. Ducklings and swans, each have their own personalities. Stroppy, cheeky, chill. Like us, their world is shaped by the people around them.
Why horses? Are you serious? Because they're the best?
We'd like to thank those people for the access and trust to share their stories, and for again reminding us that although there is big money to chase, our sport is built on something much bigger.